Welcome to Friday Night Funkin mod review. I'm Hegemony, and today we'll be drinking the legendary Chug Jug from Fortnite that I found at the deepest corner of the Aldi clearance aisle. Phone will be joining me just in case I die.
Yeah.
Dude, what the heck? This isn't a Chug Jug. No. Damn! Welcome to Friday Night Funkin mod review. I'm Hegemony, and today we'll be jumping on the bandwagon and reviewing the Shaggy mod. Not just 2.5, but the whole damn thing. This video is going to be structured a little differently since I don't want a 20-year long video. We will, however, focus more on 2.5 because that's where all the spicy new stuff is. I want to quickly talk about my history with the Shaggy mod though. The first thing I thought when I saw this mod was, Shaggy's gonna do it, he's gonna go Super Saiyan, the meme will happen! And seeing that power spark at the end of Where Are You solidified that notion. Eruption had me hyped, then I was expecting the final song to be some sort of 5-star Usumania beat map. Instead, I see a homeless 17-year-old power up and 6 hours appear, and then I have absolutely no words. I wouldn't go on to play or beat any of the 6 key songs until the next update when Godia was added. Speaking of Godia, I heard the song before watching the mod and was again expecting some sort of ridiculous chart. Hearing the vocals made me confused and I was thinking, is this supposed to be hard or something? Well, I was watching the mod when all of a sudden I see this quivering dog get sliced in half like a typical Happy Tree Friends episode. Shaggy gets angry, we're outside, and what the hell, there is 9 keys. Took me a while to beat, but hey, that lands us here at Shaggy 2.5. At first, I wasn't really vibing with it, but all it really took was a second play, and now it's one of my favorite mod updates and mods as a whole.
Hey, can you let me get this code out here?
Nah man, I can't be asked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Foam's not here too. No, enough rambling. Time for the disclaimer and stuff. Everything I said in this review is subjective and my opinion. You have no obligation to agree or disagree, and I encourage you to make your own opinions. These are simply my thoughts. If there's anything I missed or you want me to talk about, leave a comment. This review is going to be split into multiple parts. Art/animation, music, theme, charting, and overall, all rated from 0 to 5. This way, I can break down mods into parts and speak on them individually. Quick reminder that I am by no means an expert in any of these fields, but I'll do my best to speak upon them. The Shaggy mod is nothing complex when it comes to the art and animation. Looking at the art, it appears rough and unfinished, but compared to the original Scooby-Doo from 1969, the jagged look to Shaggy makes sense. I still feel like his design isn't completely amazing though. Perhaps it could have been cleaned up more to make him look closer to his original counterpart, but I'll throw everything I just said out the window for WB Shaggy, because his curved design and flexibility in his JoJo poses works really well.
I agree. The simple style of the art does complement the original source material, because that had more of a simple style too, with little to no shading, simple and recognizable character designs, and one-note darker colored backgrounds, all made to have the characters in the foreground stand out. That all happens in the mod too. Shaggy and Red Shaggy's fights are in very dark places, that being inside and outside the haunted mansion. In the hallway, in the sky, around the fields, it's always a dark, inky night, with silhouettes of the world around them being the only standouts in the darkness. As mentioned before, this makes the characters themselves stand out. I mean, kind of obvious when you see a literal lightning blue-haired shorty and a girl in the reddest dress ever. You probably see him from a mile away. For the Warner Brothers battle, it is more complex, having a more detailed background and a more colourful design for Shaggy, including the green fire. When Warner Brothers did pick up the Scooby-Doo license, they spiced it up more with more details and art styles, so to see that change in the Warner Brothers battle does make more sense.
More on the animation front, Shaggy's, as previously mentioned, curved and jagged design coincides with his animations. He becomes more deformed, and I'm not even talking about the nightmare that is Zephyrus Shaggy. Bro's built like the main character in a low-budget video game made by 3.5 people. Shaggy's animations are simplistic, but have amazing levels of smoothness on them. It's as if the animation was prioritized over the design. No offense to Senor Perez. When looking at fast sections, you can really pick apart his animation and see everything bounce into one another. No matter what you think of the art in this mod, it's undeniable that the animations are clean. Let's dive into Zephyrus Shaggy now. Terrifying. Anyway, you could talk about him, Foam.
Bruh, this dude really built like a broken worm on a string mixed with whatever you could find at the back of a washing machine. I love the animation for Zeph Shaggy. His movement's really inhuman, and he has that notion that he's just gonna leap at you at any point and just rip you to shreds. Oh god. him all over again. He's really elastic and over the top with the animations, with his limbs sprawling, the inhuman way he just leans with just his chest, and the as mentioned before look of him just looming over Boyfriend ready to just leap at him. One thing I do love is the subtle animation of his head making a full 360 turn as he finishes, showing that he's ready for his next part. It's so strange and creepy, and not anything I expected when seeing the mod in full. We all thought that Zeph was just going to be this small little mask dude who just wanted to find his way back to reality, only to have that turned on our heads, and not only him becoming a god eater, but a universe destroyer. Scary shit. At least he made his promise on giving Boyfriend 3000 rap battles though, if Boyfriend isn't dead by then. Jeez, imagine if Boyfriend was just survived to just battle and then lay back to death again. The possibilities with this ever expanding mod, just how can you put your mind around that? Oh, anyway, sorry, I'm getting off track. Yeah. The animations are freaky, elastic, otherworldly, and overall amazing. One thing I'd like to say though is that some animations, when they do end, it's clearly noticeable. Having Zeph's idle animation not being a full loop, snapping into the animation every time it stops, but that's not really anything to worry about. I give the art and animation a 4.
And so do I. Oh, that's okay. Scooby's been through training school. Little doe-eyed Dinkley. Shaggy's music was definitely a journey to say the least. The original Shaggy mod didn't amount to much since it was only 3 songs, the first being a cover of Scooby-Doo Where Are You, but Kaioken had that final boss energy that made it memorable. Speaking of which, remained in the next update when Godiet was introduced. Senor Perez doesn't fail when it comes to the boss themes, because Astral Calamity and Talladega both carry that same energy that Kaioken and Godiet have. One thing all the songs in this mod have though is an excellent and catchy chorus. Every song has that one part which you always recognize and always hits hard. The update to Blast made the chorus addictive and more in line with the other songs, which shows Senor Perez knows what magic to sprinkle on his songs. Who needs cocaine when you have the Shaggy mod full OST? The newer songs in 2.5 definitely have a different ring to them, and while I do feel like that ruins a bit of the consistency, I like to view it more as progression. After all, we are fighting different Shaggys and at a later date. Things are bound to be different, but more about the newer songs.
We start off 2.5 with more of a lighter song, Soothing Power. Sure, it makes sense to have a lighter and calmer song for a new start since we just had to drag our balls through God Eater, but why? This isn't really a warm-up song and isn't a cover, so why the somber note all of a sudden? Well, we're introduced to Red Shirt Shaggy, or Red Shirt for short, through this song, and after the song ends he tells BF and GF about his unfortunate past compared to the other Shaggys. His sad nature and backstory shows why this new song is so calm, but after some push by the little blue man, he picks up his axe and goes into what I think, alongside God Eater, is the best song in the mod, Thunderstorm. With a new upbeat sound, this Shaggy doesn't play around, and he's releasing a powerful rain on Boyfriend. The instruments change from a simple MIDI type drum beat to a new big electronic layered bop. It shows the different nature of this Shaggy and how his power is used compared to the other ones, and how he probably doesn't even use it often. It's beat heavy, fast, and a true headbanger, and also that slap bass at the end, mwah. In Disassembler, Red Shirt is now in his prime. With another upbeat song and more instruments thrown into the mix, he's confident to battle Boyfriend. It's really cool to see that in only the space of 3 songs, some dialogue and some probably helpful beat boots from Boyfriend, he can get Red back on his feet and into the game. Good stuff. Astral Calamity, oh boy is this one a package. With Warner Brothers Shaggy being more similar to the original, his musical roots would be more similar sounding to Green Shaggy, in which they are. The drum track is different, not sounding like an old-time MIDI, but having more of a full and modern sound, but on the contrary, the vocals are nearly identical. Warner Brothers brought the Scooby-Doo IP back in the day and changed a lot of it, making new series, canons, and starting that 0.1% power meme in the first place, meaning that essentially, Green Shirt Shaggy and Warner Brothers Shaggy are one and the same, arguably, This translates to the music, as said before, with the vocals. The vocal riffs, sequences, and charting sound nearly almost identical to Kaioken and God Eater in some places, and that only further complements the idea of the godly beings being linked. He's the most powerful Shaggy seen so far, and can merge his older being with his new amount of power to bring an even harder battle onto Boyfriend. And after all of that, you get to the secret end song, the name based off the deadliest racetrack in the world,
Talladega. Talladega is the penultimate, the final battle of the Shaggy mod. Well, at least for a couple years until Zeph returns. Talladega checks all the boxes required for a good Shaggy song. Catchy rhythms, catchy chorus, retro-ish sounds in the instrumental, and final boss energy. The addition of a duet is also incredible for this final song because it really makes it feel like it's a battle. This song is the final exam to prove you are the ultimate rapping god, and you have to hone all your skills learnt throughout the 6 chapters to kick this guy's ass in a rap battle. Ignore the fact Boyfriend will probably do it again 3,000 more times. Talladega is a top song in the mod, and I find it hard to dislike it when everything about it strikes my ears so nicely. The ending where the chart gets buffed to a maximum, then the slow duet plays is a strong and amazing end to the song and the Shaggy mod itself. Music gets a strong 4.9. The reason I don't give it a 5 is because New Gotti as instrumental doesn't feel as nice as the odd one, and other than that, it's just teeny tiny things that bother me. Nothing major at all. Theme is a tricky subject. I feel like there is a theme, but at the same time, it's a blue-haired idiot fighting a weed smoker stronger than Goku. What do you really say about it? For this section, we're just going to talk about the idea of fighting a being more powerful than you, as well as the ability you learn along the way.
The theme in the mod works with the expansion of a universe to the 0.1% power meme for Shaggy introduced in the Scooby-Doo film through Friday Night Funkin'. Its different characters imply the show different universes, having the multiple Shaggys themselves, and lines that they drop at times and allude to other universes, like the one where they talk about multiple BFs and the whole secret song with Zeph. Being so much more powerful and the ability to go up against them can put a sense of importance in you, even if it's small. To feel like you can go up against what you think would be impossible, only to come out on top and keep fighting through.
This translates through to the songs. It starts off really easy with Scooby-Doo Where Are You, but right at the end, we see a power spark and immediately know what's going down. Shaggy's ability to extend the judgment line further than 4 keys was shocking at the time, and still kind of is, considering how little mods make use of anything above 4K. Serious mods, that is. It makes Shaggy feel like a menacing opponent, his unique ability and the fact you know he can go further. Gotti shows Shaggy at an enraged state, but as we know, this is nowhere near close to the unimaginable limitless power that Shaggy can achieve. Just imagine he went full power. Theoretically, he could keep Boyfriend in an infinite loop of failure until Boyfriend decides not to reset the timeline. Then what would happen, as Matt once asked. Keeping this in mind really gives the songs even more energy than they already have. Every time it's Shaggy's turn, you wonder what he's going to be throwing at you next, and all this stems from knowing you are fighting a god who's holding back. Theme will get a 4.7. Warner Brothers Shaggy could have been expanded on more, and maybe there could have been a reference or link to Shaggy X Matt, considering Red Shirt Shaggy is in that and the main Shaggy mod. Am I even qualified to talk about this? Anything above 4 keys is some alien void that no FNF player dares to walk on. I play 7 keys sometimes, but I'm not exactly excellent. Here's me taking a massive blood clot .el. But we also have 4K Mania to talk about, so let's not waste any time. As previously attested to, I play 7 keys sometimes, so I was prepared in a sense. The patterns utilized are fun for the most part, and it would definitely feel more satisfying if I was as good at 7 key as I am at 4 key. The charts do get a bit questionable at certain parts though, like in Disassembler when Boyfriend just pukes vocals and turns into sounds for some reason. Or in Astral Calamity, where there's hold notes and singular notes when none of that is expressively happening inside of the vocals. This is also a problem in 4Key Mania, but I can cut that some slack since it would require remixing of the songs to fix, and plus it's just an optional extra game mode that's not even for every song. I continue to preach the word of including doubles into easy songs, but considering half of the FNF fanbase can't even beat Dad Battle on easy, the songs above 4K limiting their doubles, triples, and higher is fair. It's cool how when the screen gets darker or starts shaking, it usually means the chart is getting harder. And while this does kind of unbalance the charts, this is FNF we're talking about, and it's hard to really discuss charting since it's such a different standard from typical rhythm games. To formulate my thoughts on the charts, they're good, just questionable sometimes. And this is where we talk about 4Key Mania. I enjoy 4Key Mania a lot actually, but due to the nature of Friday Night Funkin' songs, the chart is the occasional or rare, unbalanced or weird, but for what it is, it's really fun to play and well made. Shame it isn't for all songs. Of course, there's the weird mix of hold notes and singular notes when it's not expressively audible in the vocals, but again, it's just an extra optional game mode for those who want a decently fun 4Key chart. I give charting a 4.5. Fun to play, but could definitely do with some improvements. Overall, this mod receives a 4.7. I give it some bonus points for Shaggy X Matt, since that mod was a complete banger. The Shaggy mod is definitely a top mod, with interesting storytelling, excellent music, and a challenging experience. I love this mod so much, and I'm happy with the way it ended.
Seeing this mod from its beginning to now is really cool to see, And as Hedge said, the story is really interesting and the music is just so damn cool. I listen to the OST sometimes if I want to get into the powerful mood when drawing, or just as a silly little confidence boost at times. It just has that kick to put the power in you. Love it.
Thanks for tuning in to the third episode of Friday Night Funkin' mod review. Again, I enjoyed the whole process of creating this video. I just want to say too that me, Foam, and his brother went to Comic Con last week. We went cosplaying as Madness combat characters, and I must say, it was an excellent experience. I'll share a post about it on my Twitter, which, by the way, is in the description, and so is Foam's. Oh wait, did I forget to mention Foam's art account and my second channel, which I still haven't posted on, all in the description? Whoa, like, comment, share, subscribe, do it all safe.
Subscribe or else.